Hey, what's up? Serpentine here, taking a look at the action game Ryse, Son of Rome, developed by Crytek and originally released as an Xbox One exclusive. Ryse is a game set in the period of the Roman Empire as Rome is besieged by an army of wild barbarians. The game's main combat mechanics work similar to the melee combat found in the Batman games, with light, medium and heavy enemies that all have specific movesets to counter them. Enemy hopping is also pretty fluent, allowing you to get a nice combo going that will eventually help in refilling your focus bar. Enemies also have this sort of hopping ability too, with enemies seemingly floating over from across the screen to hit you. Your focus ability allows you to slow down time and go into this sort of berserk mode, landing flurries of attacks on enemies, while bypassing blocks and shields, and is a great way to deal with a vast amount of enemies. As you go through the campaign, the game does get harder, with enemies having more damage, or fights just containing more and more enemies to overcome. Mini-bosses are few and far between, with the fights lacking when in comparison to other games like Dark Souls 2, and can easily be cheesed rather than actually being skillful. Finishing moves are sometimes the best way to deal with a vast number of enemies coming at you all at once, because as soon as you enter a finishing move animation, other enemies won't be able to attack you, and you enter into a short QuickTime event that unfortunately is one of the poorest implementations of a QTE I have seen in a game. There are no failure states. If you hit the wrong button or miss the button completely, it does not matter. The execution will continue. The only thing affected is your points, which go towards your focus bar and skill upgrades. I would have loved to see my character get counted and punished for my mistakes, instead of just trying to speed up the execution scenes that do get stale about halfway through the game. Side mechanics of the game include marching in the Spartan line, blocking arrows with your shields, and throwing javelins at the archers to push through the enemy ranks. Occasional scripted commands can be given to your battalion to fire a volley of arrows or to move up onto a position. There are a couple of multiplayer modes. Unfortunately, however, I was only able to play the solo arena mode. Basically, you are thrown into the Colosseum to fight a varying amount of enemies while keeping the crowd entertained. The Colosseum isn't its ordinary self either, containing a small pop-up village for you to fight in. Other modes included are Arena and Survival, with a maximum of 2 players. Unfortunately, the multiplayer doesn't really add anything to the game, and feels very much like a horde mode that just contains more of the single player's combat, and after playing through the campaign, will leave you feeling a little disappointed. Outside of the game are a couple of skill tree upgrades and collectibles. The skill tree is fairly simple, with additional life bars, focus bars, execution styles, and damage buffs as some examples. Online play also has some upgradable progression items consisting of weapons and armor that can be bought with multiplayer points. The collectibles available contain concept work, character bios, and soundtracks, all of which can be found in the campaign as flashing green objects. Being a Crytek developed game, you can expect some of the best graphics available today, even with the limitations that the Xbox system put on the title. Playing the game on its highest settings will require a pretty good system, with the game slowing right down performance-wise while trekking through the forest. The sounds in game are great, with only 1 or 2 odd voice effects. Ryse, Son of Rome is the 300 of video games in both setting and feel. The execution slowdowns, the speeches, and the story of the Romans being outnumbered all seem very familiar. The game is very much a cinematic action game that could have done with a little bit more gameplay variation that is available in their Crisis series. Anyway, that's been my player preview of Ryse, Son of Rome, currently available on PC via Steam. Let me know what you guys think of the game, and I'll see you guys next time.
But they don't know what they are up against. Rome is civilization! Rome is order! Rome is power! And out here, we are